market integration.
Yes, it is one of them.
Because if you don't solve that, if you go running around, you don't implement that, there is no way we are going to move forward. So it would be good to really audit and talk frankly. Because if you don't assist the business people to have a sure market, how will they expand? This is the problem of Latin America. Latin America has got a lot of natural resources. It has got more natural resources than USA. Rivers, forests, minerals, agriculture. Latin America is very rich in natural resources. But the way they are organized, business cannot easily succeed. You are in Honduras, small market, El Salvador, rich in presidents, but poor in everything else. A lot of presidents, excellence. It's really a disaster. United States, if I'm a businessman in New York, I produce a product, it will be sold all the way to California. How can I fail? How can I fail? This huge market of 300 million people with money, they have money also. Numbers and purchasing power. They have both. They have the numbers, but also the purchasing power. So if you don't address that and then you run around, then the other issue, it must be the raw materials. Was it one of them? Selling raw materials.
Yes.
It was one of the 10. Was it? I'm trying to check.
You said that it was implied within the integration framework of the markets.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Because with the raw materials, it's a disaster. So much loss on everything. Every raw material you sell and process, you are donating money and jobs to other people. This is what I've been telling the Americans, Mr. Trump's people. They come here and say, you people, if you want to help Africa, don't buy and process raw materials. Invest. If you want copper, process it fully to 99.9%. Then some of it can be used here in our local industries. And you can also export some, but we get more money, we create more jobs. But also our raw material is horizontal integration. You have got vertical integration and horizontal integration.
Your Excellency, Uganda's readiness is further strengthened by our practical experience in governance, peace and regional integration. Our investments in electricity interconnectors with South Sudan, transport corridors to the Democratic Republic of Congo, and peacekeeping contributions in Somalia exemplify how governance, infrastructure, and security are interlinked drivers of transformation.
We have developed a comprehensive two-pronged approach which will guide the work for the next 2 years. The national agenda will be guided by the proposed theme to be determined by the government. We are also proposing that the continental agenda be anchored by the theme addressing the bottlenecks in hindering Africa's socio-economic development through good governance. Your Excellency, you may recall that at the 23rd APRM Forum held in June 2015 in South Africa, you presented a statement on 11 bottlenecks hindering the effective socio-economic transformation of the African continent. Your Excellency called on countries to review themselves on how they are progressing on the 4 thematic pillars of the APRM. Following the statement, the chair of the forum requested Your Excellency, the President, to make a presentation on the bottlenecks as pertinent areas for review at the following forum.
Reflecting Uganda's comparative advantage as a
district bordering Zambia called Mchinji.
Your father is from?
Your Excellency, the President, the purpose of our visit is to prepare the country ahead.
African trade from the current 14.4% to 20 countries really connecting with one another, neighbors especially, connecting with one another.
His late Excellency. But the interesting thing, Excellency, the former President of Seychelles, President Danifor.
We look forward to working closely with the APRM Continental Secretariat.
Some are Indian, some are European, some...
I think I'm from Mozambique, Excellency. For governance and specialized reporting from the Republic of Malawi. Mr. Damien Teze, the Chief of Staff of the Honorable Lydia Wayongo Mutende, the current and retiring member of the APRM panel. The forum requested an audit on the implementation of
a total of 341 police personnel from the Kigezi region have successfully completed a 5-day intensive training in order to manage in public order management aimed at equipping them with the necessary skills to maintain peace and stability during the forthcoming 2026 general elections. Let's take a look.
Police personnel in Kigezi region have undergone refresher training aimed at strengthening the operation capacity of officers in the region ahead of the polls.
We came to check the operational capability and the readiness of the police officers who are in this Kigezi region, though we are covering the whole country, to check their readiness in as far as policing elections is concerned. As you are all aware, we are nearing elections, so we were checking whether our police officers in the region are ready to handle elections.
Uganda, unlike other places, every day that passes by, new things come on board. And people fume in different ways. And therefore, you must always equip your officers from time and again to handle such situations as they emerge. And this is why we are here.
Speaking at the closing ceremony, the resident district commissioner of Kabale, Major Katamba, highlighted security concerns in the district, citing threats from unknown gunmen and unidentified personnel guarding politicians.
Gentlemen, I want to inform you that for the threats of Kabale, Commissioner RPC and your staff here, we also have now unknown gunmen. Like yesterday at the petrol station, they exchanged 2 guns. Cameras were not working. In the election, we also saw other armed men here escorting politicians. So it is your duty now to detect, curtail that kind of character, impound those people, and bring them to answer, disarm them, and we trace their origin.
He urged the officers to serve with courage and commitment, reminding them that the nation looks to them as heroes in safeguarding peace.
Officers and men, I urge you to be heroes in your service career, and a hero is someone who gives his or her life something bigger than oneself. And the interesting peak of duty is your enforcement career. Rather, in your enforcement career is the electioneering period, which we are yet to begin, and heroism shall be tested.
Assistant Superintendent of Police Innocent Mbonyibombi, the team leader, explained that trained officers will be deployed across the 6 districts of Kigezi to ensure law and order during the election period and beyond.
The Permanent Secretary to the Ministry of Tourism, Wildlife and Antiquities, Doreen Katusime, calls for human resource building, comprehensive training programs and recognized certification standards to ensure professional guide services in enhancing visitors' experience and satisfaction in bridging the sector of Uganda. This was during the Birdwatchers engagement held at Uganda Wildlife Education Conservation Area, formerly known as the Entebbe Zoo, aimed at reflecting and reviving the birdwatching industry.
The National Birdwatchers meeting was held after a period of 6 years. The meeting focused on revisiting and developing birdwatching activities with the aim of making it among the top 3 tourist activities in Uganda. At the event, over 50 birdwatchers were awarded with certificates after completing Level 3 tourist training on birdwatching. The training was a demonstration to the rest of the world that Uganda has qualified birdwatchers licensed to guide tourists. The awarding of certificate was officiated by Kandia Leon, the Principal Wildlife Officer who represented the Permanent Secretary of the Ministry of Tourism, Doreen Katusime.
Professionalism in tourism encompasses service quality, technical competence, ethical behavior, and continuous improvement.
In her speech, Katusime challenged birdwatchers to fight unlicensed and unprofessional guides.
The absence of comprehensive training programs and recognized certification standards has resulted in variable service quality and missed economic opportunities.
According to Katusime, Uganda is a home to over 10,000 bird species, with more than 200 active birders spread across different regions with proper coordination, investment, and marketing. With emphasis on improving human capital, Uganda has become a premier birding destination in Africa. Herbert Byaruhanga, the chairperson of Uganda Safari Guides Association, said, with support from the Tourism Ministry, they have embarked on a comprehensive training program to ensure qualified bird watchers.
From here, they go to the assessment and they'll get certificate, they'll get licensing from Uganda Tourism Board. So that every bird here at different levels, they have licenses that allow them to offer that service. So that we win the confidence of the tour operators from the resource markets, the agents, insurance companies. They need to know that we have got a system that really produce professional people.
David Musingo, the Chief Warden Uganda Wildlife Conservation Education Area, who represented Dr. James Musinguzi, the Executive Director, Uganda Wildlife Authority, revealed UWEC's plans to establish a convention center and develop the ecosystem around Lake Victoria to attract more tourists.
To build jetties here, to build the docking area, for the boats to fly on this route, to fly on the tourism circuits that we are having in Lake Victoria. From here you can easily go to Jinja. From here you can easily go to even Kenya, Kisumu, you can go to Kalakala, and we are going to do this.
In a related development, birdwatchers highlighted a number of challenges affecting the industry.
Uganda still grapples with high child trafficking cases, with about 599 registered numbers in 2024 by the Coordination Office in charge of prevention against trafficking of persons at the Ministry of Internal Affairs. The Archbishop of Kampala Archdiocese, His Grace Paul Semogedede, called upon government officials to act strictly when following human trafficking cases. Let's take a look.
The Ministry of Internal Affairs compiled a human trafficking report under its Coordination Office Against Trafficking in Persons, with the report showing 599 child-related cases compared to 471 adult cases in 2024. The Archbishop of Kampala Archdiocese, His Grace Paul Semogedede, calls for quick action to prevent the numbers.
Human trafficking is not a crime of chance. It is organized crime. Behind every victim, there are networks of recruiters, transporters, exploiters, profiteers who work together in secrecy and greed. They also call upon religious and faith leaders from all traditions to raise awareness. Ours is an important duty of doing advocacy.
Joanita Ndagire, a human trafficking survivor in 2017, highlights that most Ugandans taken to Arab countries as laborers are not aware that they are victims of trafficking.
Many of the girls who work in these houses don't know that they are trafficked victims, but as long as the kafala law system stands, we are all trafficked victims, especially those working as domestic workers. The kafala law system closes us into slavery, and that makes us automatically victims of trafficking because of the do's and don'ts that are in the kafala law system, especially the aspect of ownership and sponsorship, where your employer has a lot of power on your life.
The Deputy National Coordinator at the National Office for Countering Trafficking in Persons under the Ministry of Internal Affairs, Derek Basalirwa Chigenyi, says human traffickers usually take advantage of the holiday seasons when school-going children are home to traffic them. He cautions parents to be vigilant.
Most of these cases are actually involving children. And the children in this particular year of reporting are represented by 55.8%. And that brings us to 597 cases involving our children. And it is of parents, churches, schools to ensure that our children are safe, in safe places, in safe spaces, and within the right hands that are looking after them.
The 12th of September marks the National Day of Awareness on Trafficking in Persons in Uganda, and the day has seen different influential Ugandans from faith-based organizations, ministries, and trafficking survivors. I'm Marion Awori and Aisha Musanya for UBC.
3 bishops from Bukedi sub-region covering Palisa and Tororo have come together to commemorate 80 years since their persecution during the regime of former President Idi Amin Dada. The religious leaders were among those arrested in the 1970s under allegations of inciting public unrest, a time many recall as one with intense repression. The commemoration of the ceremony held in Palisa served not only as a tribute to resilience but also as a call for unity and religious freedom. The event also saw the ordination of 71 new pastors, highlighting a renewed commitment to community service and leadership under the freedoms granted by the current government.
To express our gratitude as a ministry to our government, because in this government we have had a freedom. We had freedom to preach the word of God. In a meantime, time, we were persecuted as a church. The church couldn't grow. People were fearing, and the gospel couldn't be spread. But in this regime in which we are now, with the encouragement of the current government, I want to assure you, this ministry has expanded over to 51 districts.
I'm very happy. I feel blessed to be ordained as a reverend, and my expectation as a reverend is to live as an example, both to the Christian body and outside the unbelieving community. To do all my assignments as a reverend, and with great joy, I want to thank the government of Uganda for the freedom of worship
Today I have been ordained as a reverend female lady here in Palisa, and I really thank God so much for such a privilege, for such a honor, for this time and for this very particular day.
His Excellency, I want to thank you. Again, I thank you. These are men, prison, 1973, Zebulon Tabu, Stanley. This is the man we entered the prison because of preaching.
85-year-old widow Nanteza Florence has praised President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni for establishing a system that helps Ugandans resolve land disputes. Let's take a look.
Nebaza omukulembeze ow'ekitiibwa Yoweri Kaguta Museveni.
Speaking at a family gathering in Nakirima, Kasenge, Wakiso district, Nanteza recounted how land grabbers led by Serubiri and estate administrator Semakula Godfrey alongside LC1 chairperson Namuli illegally sold plots and evicted her family from their 1 square mile of land.
Nebaza police enyambyeko okunyambyeko okunkomyawo mu maka gange agaali gatwaliddwa abafere nga bakulemberwa Semakula Godfrey, gaali gasangibwa Nakirama, Kasenge, Busiro, Wakiso district.
She thanked Special Presidential Assistant Fiona Nabarunji for restoring them to their land, allowing the family to reclaim their cemetery and homestead. Narwanga Sarah, a daughter of the late George William Sebunya, said the eviction was aided by internal betrayal from one of the estate administrators.
Naye sawa nitusiima President Museveni asobodde okutunuulira obutuufu bw'ensonga zaffe ne batukomyawo ku ttaka lyaffe ne maama waffe omukadde Florence Nanteza. Mwenna n'ebitongole bya gavumenti byonna ebibadde bikwatibwako mu nsonga eno. Mwebala okuwuliriza omulanga gwaffe era tusiimye nnyo, tusiimidde ddala.
Family heir George William Sebunya also credited the president's intervention for helping him reclaim his role and land.
Tusokwebaza kwaffe eri omukulembeze w'eggwanga nti weebale nnyo olw'ensonga yaffe eno okugituutuusiza ku nkomerero yaayo. Tukwebaza olw'ebitongole byonna bye wassaawo ebituyambyeko ku mulimu guno. Mwebale nnyo, mwebalire ddala.
Another daughter, Najuma Janet, expressed shock at the LC1 chairperson's involvement in the land fraud.
Eri buli gwe kikwatako era akakiiko ka State House akamaddamu Fiona Balungi akoze kyamaanyi nnyo okutuyamba ne katuuza ku ttaka lyaffe. Tweyanzisa nnyo, tweyanzike. Omufere ono abadde yeegatta ne LC ey'e Nakirama ekulemberwa omukyala Alina Namuli.
In full control of their land. The illegal dealer Serubiri is reportedly on the run, and the LC1 chairperson was unavailable for comment.
Parents have been urged to invest in their children's communication skills early, noting that strong voices built today will shape tomorrow's leaders. Speaking at a children's speech competition in Ntinda, Ochaka Simon explained that there is need to develop confidence, articulation and leadership among young children.
Schools that really excel in reading also excel greatly in performance. And so we realized that reading skill, reading guide was very important in this aspect. Secondly, when we go through the question papers, the answer sheets, we find that some learners at one point gave a correct answer. Towards the end of the definition, they cancel the right answer, and then half a wrong one that gave us a glimpse that there was lack of confidence, especially when you have alternative answers. So then the third reason was children who would ably express themselves amid this crowd, amid these people, in front of people, had critical thinking, and they actually excelled in performance. And that's why we come up with public speaking.
I am asking you, dear parents who are here, to believe not in Simon's ability to bring change in those children, but to believe in those children. Believe in them. I am asking you to hold fast the faith possessed by Passion's heart. The creed that seeks to evolve the potential of those children who have joined us and those who are yet to come.
Speaking means talking or addressing. That is being confident of yourself. There are three most characteristics of a good public speaker. To be a good public speaker, you need to. A good leader is a good reader.
Today we crown up with this kind of function, trying to give a glimpse of what we hope is coming in the future as the National Public Speaking Contest.
Vandalism is an offense punishable by up to 10 years in jail.
At UNOC, we believe in safety.
Exercise can't be sustained. Eating can't be stopped. It's even harder to lose weight. Come and give it a try. Genshikang L-carnitine chromium capsules. Plant extract, scientific ratio. Take 3 capsules each time. The active ingredient accelerates fat burning, eat twice a day, don't take a detour. Weight loss starts now. Genshikang L-carnitine with chromium capsules helps you stay in shape. Please follow medical advice when taking this product. For more information, visit our website www.hgo.com or call 0800 335555.
Here's your chance to win school fees for your child for a whole year. Just pay school fees using Momo. Dial *165 *80 hash. Select option 2 for school pay. Select option 1 to pay school fees. Enter the student number and amount and approve the transaction. You are now entered a draw to win school fees.
Welcome back. You're still watching the UBC Lunchtime News, broadcasting live from Nile Avenue. We now take you into the world of sports. Cricket Cranes, Uganda's national men's cricket team, is chasing a second T20 World Cup appearance after their first in 2024. The team made history by qualifying for the 2024 edition in Namibia, marking a historic moment for the men's cricket team in Uganda. The team will now go through the whole process again when they go to Zimbabwe for the ICC T20 World Cup Qualifiers Africa, slated for the 26th of September to the 4th of October. Uganda is in Group B alongside the hosts Zimbabwe, Botswana and fellow East Africans Tanzania. The top two sides in each group will move on the semi-finals, but only the teams in the final and the two slots to represent the rest of Africa. The 17-man team led by Raizat Ali Shah was flagged off yesterday at Lugogo and has left Uganda today for South Africa, where they will have their last training spell before they head to Zimbabwe for the qualifiers. The Cricket Cranes will play their first game of the qualifiers against hosts Zimbabwe on the 26th of September.
Exciting to go play again World Cup qualifiers the way we performed in last World Cup qualifiers, and they are going to Zimbabwe and they are very excited to go and play. That we have a couple of youngsters and experienced players combined in the team, and this team is going to be.
Well, thank you for joining us. It's been a lovely time sharing with you, and thank you for giving us your audience. My name is Wadulo Arnold Mark, and allow me to say I'm styled by La Vie Boutique on Grand Imperial, located on shops 6 and 8 behind Bank of Uganda. Have yourselves a lovely afternoon. Stay tuned for more programming.
UBC, inspiring Uganda.
Exercise can't be sustained. Eating can't be stopped. It's even harder to lose weight. Come and give it a try. Ginshikang L-carnitine chromium capsules. Plant extract, scientific ratio. Take 3 capsules each time. The active ingredient accelerates fat burning, eat twice a day, don't take a detour. Weight loss starts now. Ginshikang L-carnitine with chromium capsules helps you stay in shape. Please follow medical